Howdy folks, welcome back to Phenomena Mile Arc, and before we do an introduction here, I was noticing the beautiful mountains in the background to the right, and then I realized there's not mountains, it's power lines off on the horizon. But anyway, we'll start our spinning camera thing now. Anyway, welcome back to 50 States Tour, Lake 27, Montana. 50 States Tour where we take off and land in each of the 50 United States. We're past the halfway point, although we are keeping these interesting enough. I hope that it's not just literally going through the states in alphabetical order. It are interesting flights. We're trying to do something new in each flight. And today we are going to do a new thing with the Eclipse, and that is no weather turned on, because this thing flies funny in the air. It flies kind of off kilter in the air, and I want to see if that's a wind thing or modeling thing. So we turned the wind off. Plus, every flight I do in this thing is crosswind landing, and I'm kind of sick of crosswind landings, especially of the past recent few. So, weather's turned off. We do have clouds way up high, though. We should have the Cirrus layer. I don't know why it's not showing up, but we should have some clouds up there. Anyway, I love this plane. Don't fly it often enough because it's too much for a short flight. Because I do all the flight plan stuff and I get the documents together and I dump them in the folder, and then we get them all in the can't remember what that fancy computer is inside, because I haven't done it. GN 730, 530, whatever's posted on the bottom of your screen is what that thing is. I go through all that work, so we only do this on longer flights. And Montana, we're not going across the entire state of Montana. I was going to, but that would be a long flight even in this thing. So we are instead going to go from Fort Peck Lake. We're going to fly over Fort Peck Lake. We're starting in the LM Clayton Airport in Wolf Point. And then we're going to fly a whopping 251 nautical miles to Great Falls. And should be interesting. We're starting in like the plains area, and then we're going to go to the mountains. Well, I'm picturing the plan in my head. It's kind of like that, because we're in the middle of Montana. I'm flying to the middle of Montana. It's so big. But anyway, that's what we're doing. That's the plan. I've planned this many weeks ago, and I'm trying to remember in my head what it looks like. But I will be reminded as soon as we hop inside and get everything going. So I think that's all we need for introduction. I don't need to give so much detail every single time. So that being said, we can stop the spinning camera, and let's actually go this way, because we're going to do this one. We're going to get the luggage in there and the people in there. So what we need to do, because we always miss the luggage if we're inside. Now let's move this down here. So you see the luggage on the cart? We have a lot of luggage today. A lot of luggage. Not many people, but lots of luggage. And my preset is this one. Here we go. Now we're going to have the people. So we're going to have an adult. And we're not bringing a whole bunch of children this time. We are going to bring a couple adults and a child, because the child is too young to stay home alone. So we're going to charter an adult and their friends and the friend who could only come with if they brought their child, which is fine, right? We were all children once, and children make the world go round. And fuel, you could tell we ran this thing dry in our last flight, so let's bump this thing up. I don't know how much fuel that is. Let me jump over to this menu, and what is that? 214. It's not going to be 2 hour to 45-minute flight, or 2 hour 15-minute flight, but I want a lot of fuel. So there we go. We'll back it off just a little bit. Alrighty, so that is our fuel and our luggage and our people. So now we can do ground option, take off chocks. And we'll hop up front, and we'll reset our power levers. Oh yeah, because my yoke does funny things, and it shakes. We're going to bring those back gently. Parking brake is set, and it tells us it's set up here. And let's see what else. Close door from the touch panel. Door. There we go. Nice. Alright, hop back up front again. Pull the oxygen on. Makes a nice little sound there. Air source to normal. That's modeled now. That's good. Bus ties to auto. Annunciator test. Right here. Sounds good. Alright, ELT test. 1 second, and then turn it off. And then external lighting. Yes. All the way up. Alrighty, nav we'll do. Actually, let's do nav now. It's not nighttime. We're going to do it now anyway. I do have the panel lights on, though, just because it looks cool. And it's kind of sunrise-like. outside. Gear 3 green, and they are fuel quantity. Yes, we know the fuel is good. Altimeter barometer 29 under 2 because we have no weather turned on purpose to see how this thing behaves. So there's 29 under 2. Nav, radio, GPS, flight plan. Okay, so let's see if I can remember how to do this. Okay, if we go to catalog, so do we flight plan, and then there should be catalog. No. Charts, catalog. No. We go through this every single time, don't we? Where's my catalog button? Okay, I think I got it. I haven't tried this, but I think it came back to me. Flight plan, menu, catalog. There we go. Alright, whoop, I bonked it. Catalog, there we go. We want to use KOLF right here. We do not want inverts, we just want to activate it. KOLF, KGTF. There we go. Flight plan loaded. Thank you very much. Whoa, no. That's SD card. There we go. SD card opens up. Alrighty. How's that going to look? Is the question. Let's zoom that out. Goes out and it goes off the screen. Okay. I also remember looking at this. It's very strange because the airport is actually like right over here. But for some reason you go out, you come back, you come down. Whatever. Maybe there's a wildlife preserve or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's what it said to do. That's what we're going to do. I don't know then if it's going to do any crazy things. It looks pretty straightforward. Sometimes you see things repeated and you got to clean it up. But that looks pretty doggone straightforward to me. And we'll get our final distance once we get moving too. So, okay, well that seemed a little too easy. I always get nervous when something seems that easy. We need to go home. No, we need to do our CDI thing here, nav1. How do I get this? I've flown this thing so many times. Why am I having such a difficult time today? I need to switch this to say Skyview. No, goodness, jeez. Why am I having issues here? No, I just want to click this to Skyview. I think this is it. Here we go. Skyview, then we can turn this one off. We don't need those. I don't know why that took me forever. I just edited out like 5 minutes. That's what happens. You know, I talk about this in every video. You go from airplane to airplane to airplane, and even if you know something really well, you start to forget when you jump around. Now the 1900D is not a problem because I've done like series with that, and that's one of my first planes. But these other ones only fly every time I have like a 10 airplane cycle I go through. Every 10th time, you forget a lot of stuff. I really need to do that series where I do 5 in a row of each aircraft. I just haven't. Alrighty, where are we? Back to the checklist. CDI Skyview. We got Skyview. We can put this in here. Map with TCAS on, weather on. Alright, let's get this thing started up here. Start battery is there. Right engine starts. I think that's all you do, right? Right engine. I can't remember if it's scroll wheel. Okay. Is it going to work this time? Because last time I had some issues starting. I'm looking down here. And it's starting, I think. Slowly. That's not how that's supposed to work. Now it's going. Okay. Okay. We're set. We'll just let that stabilize. Alright. Stable. Okay. Let's do the other one. Mouse wheel it. And I just let it stay there. And the other one should go. It looks like it's going to. Good. Okay. Check-ins and gauges. Yes. Left and right generator. Generator. GPU disconnect. Whoopsie doopsie. Turn off the GPU. Alright, here we go. Trim set, and the only way to do this is with your yoke. Actually, we're going to keep it the way it is. Flaps to takeoff. Let's start to taxi. While we taxi, we would do some of this, except it's hard to do 2 things at once. So we're going to turn on the recog and the taxi lights. We're going to turn on the windshield defog. We'll turn on anti-ice, because I like to flip things around. And we are now ready to taxi, I think. Yes, we'll set up autopilot on the runway. So, where are we going? No wind, so it doesn't matter. So we are just going to, which is the closest? Actually, they're both pretty far away. Let's go that way, because we can. Yeah, that's all I need to say about that. Alright, let's take parking brake off. The other things from throttle. It takes a lot of throttle to start rolling. And once you do, you gotta ease back on the throttle, because he will take off quickly. Now we're gonna roll. That's good. Alright, so we're just gonna taxi out here. I think. Oh dear. Let's not run into a King Air. Alright, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna get through lots of throttle. I have like throttle full. What is going on? There we go. Now it's slowly starting to roll. Alright, it looks like it's a back taxi situation. I don't see a taxiway, so here we go. We're just going to go out here, turn left. Looks like it's runway 29. I can't see that far yet. 29. Alrighty, so that's what we'll do. I'll meet you at the end of this runway. Alright, there's not a turnaround thing, so we just kind of have to make one ourselves here. I'm going to try to do this from inside the cockpit. Wish me luck with that. Here we go. Can we whip around? 0 turning radius. Not bad, except it's going to slow us down. And, oh, more throttle. Come on. Come on. First I was thinking maybe the altitude is really high, but it's only 1,800 feet, so that would be why it's hard to get going here. Alright, let's stop this thing and set the parking brake. Alright, autopilot set up. Alright, our altitude. Now, we're not going to go that high because it's only 251 nautical miles. So let's, for altitude, whoops, go 251. Let's go 22,000. I'm just picking that number. Alright, so we want to do alt change, which should light up alt in amber, and it does. Nav or heading, we're doing sky view. IAS 180, we want to change that to 167 because I read somewhere 167 is ideal. And it's in blue, so we know it's already selected. And we just like, we know all change is selected because it's in blue. That's how you know. As opposed to vertical speed. Alrighty, that's it. Enter runway, confirm flaps. Yes, takeoff. Landing lights. Now, landing lights, and those can come off. Override switch on for the lights, so people cannot play with the lights themselves. It gets your eyes adjusted. Shades, all shades have to be up. There we go. I had another one closed over there too. That's in case of emergency, you can get out. And the lights, you want your eyes to be adjusted. Now it's daylight, so that doesn't really matter. But had it been night, the override switch would have been more important. Alright, heading bug in case I screw up. Nope, we're using sky view. Start the timer. There's a timer. If we go down to this one, we do utilities, flight timers, start. We'll let that thing run in the background. Alright, rotate at 91 knots and aim for 167, and then engage autopilot. And the way we go, parking brake is off. We're going to spool up here. And I don't know why it's taking so long to get rolling. Very strange, but that's okay. A little bit of right rudder, a little bit more right rudder. Ooh, a lot of right rudder. Okay, a little bit back now. My rudder paddles on my yoke do not center themselves, and I don't know why I'm losing my voice. I'm all choked up about something, I guess. At least we're staying on the center line for the most part. When I was at 91 knots, ooh, it's bumpy, it's bumpy. There's 91, let's rotate. There we go. Positive rate, right. Yes, gear coming up. Flaps coming in. And there we go. We're going to aim for 167. So we're going to level off a little bit. It's going to take a little bit longer for us to get that speed because we're starting at 1,800 feet. And once we do, I'll just hit the autopilot button because we're pretty much aimed towards our path. Alright, nose down a little bit more to get more speed. Like I said, 167 will engage autopilot. So we're just going to enjoy this moment that we have here. How's everybody doing? How's everybody enjoying the series? I'm just sorry, I'm just staring at that city. It's really awesome. I love how it's kind of sandy. And I'm also watching my speed. So anyway, hopefully everybody's enjoying the series and the other videos mixed in between. Alright, here we go. We're almost at 167 and autopilot. There we go. Smooth handoff for the most part. Not amazing, but it's kind of smooth. Alright, let's check our checklist. Let's bring back throttle so we're out of the yellow. There we go. Gear up, yes. Flaps up, yep. Autopilot engaged, yes it is. Yaw damper, that's automatic. 10,000 for landing lights, 18,000 for barometer. We will need to take that into consideration. Window fog as needed. I have flown with that off before, and the windows ice up. It's awesome. I love it. Override switch off now. Yes, they can play with the lights all they want, and they can play with their shades. In fact, where's the sun coming from? I don't really think we have to worry about... Yes, we do. This person here on the center left. Center left needs to have their shade down. Right? There we go. Awesome. Okay. There we go. Good. We're all set. Our power is not overdriven. We're just going to keep this thing as close to wide open as we can. We're going to climb. Not much to talk about. I'm just going to turn line lights off at 10 grand and push barometer. You just push it in up here to reset it to 10 or 2, which you already are, so I guess it's kind of pointless. But what we're watching for is how this thing behaves at cruise without wind and sightseeing. So that's it. I will need a calculator top of descent. This is hour and 23 here, which will go down very, very quickly once we level off because we're climbing 167 knots. But it's going to be a long climb though. I'll use this, the ETE final, to calculate our top of descent. So what I'll do is I'll say how many minutes away, how many thousands of feet. We'll go about 1,000 feet per minute. That way I can do math quickly. Like I say, I used to be a math master, but now it's like simple math, hard to do. But that's probably fibromyalgia, by the way. I do have fibromyalgia, official diagnosis from Mayo Clinic. Not sure if you knew that or not. But part of it is simple things you forget. Like someone be like, what's 12 take me 3? I'll be like, I don't know. And it's just a fibromyalgia. But anyway, I'm kind of concerned that we're not following our GPS. What's the deal? We're supposed to be using Skyview, GPS. Why is this happening to me? Sync the gyros? What is going on here? Skyview, GPS, and we're losing it. We're losing it. We're getting farther away. Do I have to hit nav? Jeez. When I saw nav on my notes, I thought that meant nav. But no, it was just the direction we were heading. Okay, I can't believe I messed that up. Again, I fly this every 10, 12 flights. I forget little things. I was talking to my pilot friend about that. Because he's flying the 737-8 now, or 738 now. And I just assumed as a pilot you could fly everything, but you can't. You learn one airplane very, 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 very well. And every couple years, he can retrain. If he wants to do 757, he can, but he can't right now. So, kind of like with Flight Simulator, you fly a different plane every day. And whew, it gets tough. So anyway, we are all set. We can turn the landing lights off now. Barometer is already set because we have no weather. So we're just going to follow GPS, do some sightseeing, and see how this thing hangs out at cruise. And I'll calculate my top of descent in a little bit. And when I do my calculation, or if there's something interesting to say in the meantime, I'll jump back in and catch you then. Alright, so we're in the cirrus layer that I talked about, and the ground texture's changing a little bit. If we look outside, though, you can see, well, no, you can't. So you can see the lake. Oh, there it is. Let's back up to that back seat here. And the baby's sleeping. Not the baby. The dad is sleeping. So let's hop up here. There we go. A little bit left. A little bit left to see of that lake. Otherwise, if you want to see from the air, there it is. Very nice with the river leading to it. And then I think there's a river that leads from it, if I remember. But anyway, very nice. You can see the mountains in the background start to creep in now. And we got some more clouds too. But otherwise, the textures are changing for the ground. We're at cirrus layer. And you see some mountains. And what we came here to see was how this thing acts. And it does seem to fly pretty level with no wind. So all that crazy cockeyed stuff that we see in every flight is the wind, I guess. It just seems to be a little unrealistically tilted. But maybe that's what it's supposed to be. Anyway, time to hop inside and figure out top of descent and all this good stuff. So we have 39 minutes till we arrive. So let's pull up our charts. And I already went through and practiced. What I did is I clicked here, put in our destination, boom, and then you do approaches, and you can select the approach. The only one I put in here was runway GPS for runway 21, so there it is. And we can make it full screen if we want to, and we can zoom in. And we are going to come in up here because there's the runway there. And we're going to enter, where did it say we're going to enter? Kagat and then Herver. Okay, so whatever. Kagat and Herver. None of that's on here. Oh boy. I used the official flight plan planner thing. Not official. I used a flight plan planner, and then I used this official chart, but they don't match because the flight planner picked something else. Oh geez. Well, it looks good over here when we zoomed out. So I guess what we're gonna do is wing it. I hate winging it. That's not how you fly a plane. We just know that 2.1 we want to be 4300. That's what we'll do. Okay, I'm going to totally forget that and repeat myself later in the video, but that's just how it works because I've got another 15 minutes to fly before I have anything to say. It's only going to be a minute or two for you though. Maybe even a minute. So I'll catch you then. Alright, we're about to reach top of descent here and a few things to go over. First of all, we would want to get our destination weather, but that's not going to be a concern because the weather's turned off and we don't need to worry about a barometer anymore. That'd be part of that. landing lights will come on as soon as it starts to descend. But I was just taking a note of the scenery and how we went from the plains to like this grassland type thing, where the plains are less and less, fewer farm fields and more of this grassland thing, and then foothills of some mountains, and then if we were to keep going beyond our destination, we would get into the mountains, which we won't really get there in this flight, but that wasn't the point anyway. But if we hop down here, I think I said 18 minutes, and we'll start top of descent, so it's 23 now, so we're pretty close. Only had a 25-minute flight time though so far, so it's a quick flight, not too bad. I totally speed up once we leveled off, and we're at 268. Yeah, we're cooking right along. So we'll get set here in a minute to change our autopilot to descend to a new altitude. Alright, about ready for top of descent. So what we need to do is what? What do we need to do? We need to put in our 4380. That's what we're going to put in, because that's like our minimum. And if we screw up, at least it'll keep us there. And we want to do an alt change. And we want to use, what do we want to use? Autopilot. Wait, I can just type it in here, can I? Yeah. Negative. Negative, thank you. And it's going to use automatically. Now here's the deal. The throttles will not let us overspeed. So if I keep the throttles completely engaged, this will never get down to 1,000. So I pulled back throttle slightly, but I want to keep our speed up. So I don't want to go back too far, because I want to keep our speed up as high as it'll allow. We know that our speed is too fast, because this will actually level us off automatically if we get to be too quick. Anyway, we're descending about 1,000 feet per minute. There we go. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on our speed. So like I said, we can go as quickly as it'll allow us to. Although below 10 grand, we have to be at 250 or less. That shouldn't be a problem. We'll also be putting on landing lights at that time. So yeah, see how this is creeping up on us because I put a lot of throttles in. It won't let us hit 1,000 because I got too much throttle. So if I bring it back ever so slightly, that should come down and we should get closer to 1,000 feet per minute. There we go. So I'll keep toying with that. Otherwise, all we're looking for now is 2.1 nautical miles from here. We want to be at 43. So I'll just adjust. I'll adjust things as we go like usual. Constant calculations. Half an hour flight time so far. In 3 minutes we'll be making our turn towards the airport, and they'll be kind of straight in, I guess. Now that I'm thinking about it, we have another problem. This is just going direct to the airport. That is not bringing us into an approach, is it? I didn't think this through. Why isn't this working the way it normally is? Let's try something. Why not? We have nothing to lose. Let's click here. Let's load arrival. Actually, let's look at what we want first. Back. There we go. Let's look at this. We want to look for Delum or Sotao. Okay. Let's do that. Let's click here. Let's load arrival. Runway 21, I thought, right? Y. No star. No trans. I don't remember any of those. Select approach. What if I hit none? It's not going to do anything. Sotal Delum Wagon. Runway. Is that going to work? Is that really going to work? Sotal Delum Wagon Runway. Holy moly. Going to work. Why didn't I think of that 20 minutes ago? But anyway, now we have an approach, folks. There we go. I can't believe that's working out. Sotal Delum Wagon Runway. So here we go. Here's our distances. See, that's what that was. So when we get to Wagon or so, now we can look here. Wagon, we want to be, boom, 4380. So here we go. Wagon, 4380. And if we forget, we can just go back to that chart. Awesome. There we go. I can't believe I didn't think of that. It just had one of those like epiphany things. Again, you know, different airplanes every time. Oh my goodness. Alright, so anyway, we're at 600 or was that 800 feet per minute because our speed was getting too fast. So I'm going to keep playing with that. I'm going to keep recalculating based on our ETE final. And I'll catch you in a little bit. Once again. All right, we're coming up on 10,000 pretty soon, so a few things we want to do is we want to calculate our rate of descent. 14 minutes out, 14,000 feet, 1,000 feet per minute. That's going to put us into the ground. We want to be at 4,300 in 14 minutes, so we are way ahead of schedule on that for some reason. So let's hop up here, and I think if we go... Wait, the number goes down. There we go. So that's nose up, number down. It's backwards. If we do 513, that would be 7,000 feet. That will leave us 6,000 above or so. So we don't want to do that. We want to be 4,000 above. So let's go 700 feet per minute. And we're below the 250 speed limit, so that's fine as well. We'll adjust that as we need to as we get closer. So that should bring us a little closer in line to being 4,000 feet above our waypoint. Not into the ground at our waypoint. Let's keep an eye on that. We're not quite at 10,000, but because the elevation is 4,300 near the ground, or whatever I said it was, the actual elevation like 3,000 something, we're going to turn on some stuff. We're going to turn on landing lights now. We're going to turn, why that light up? We're going to turn on the override for the interior. We're going to do all the shades up because we need to be safe. Otherwise, approach. Landing lights at 10 grand. We just did shades up. Yes. Override switch on. Yes. Flaps at 200. And then again at 140. And then gear. Final approach 99. Landing 76 to 99. So landing or approach 99. Landing 76. And that'll be a throttle idle, of course. Otherwise, I think we're all good. That's all we had to talk about. Very quick. 12 minutes out. And 10 or 11 into our waypoint, so that's 11. Yeah, hopefully the 700 feet per minute is okay. I'll keep an eye on that. Probably do some hand flying on the way in. We don't want to do autopilot all the way, plus we can't. So anyway, we're going to a little bit sightseeing for a minute or two, and then we're going to get ready to land this thing already. Well, as the terrain got interesting, for a while back there, if we looked out the window, it was all this farmland again, but now there's a little bit of cliffs and things coming in around the river. I think there's another river over here. Yep, another river over there. Looking good. We're going to do our outside sightseeing now, because once we're on final, we don't want to be sightseeing. We had a disaster last time from sightseeing on final. So just quickly looking around the hills, the foothills. There's some mountainous stuff back there. But still kind of, you know, plains area, even though elevation is kind of high. They're going to go over some river and some valleys, another river and a valley. Well, it's looking good. Some window views quickly. And looking back at our people. I think if you're outside, though, you can see the people, can't you? Yeah. See that child back there? I think if you go over here, see the adults, maybe? Kind of. You see the child in the back. I really only see one person in there, though. Sometimes you see them all, I think. Anyway, there's a child, one child. Alrighty, what are we doing? 8 minutes out, 700 feet per minute. They're still coming down too steep, I think. But we'll just leave it at that for right now. I really don't understand this approach. It seems way too straight. But that's what we're going to do. And hopefully we land on a runway. Oh, our speed is creeping up. Oh, geez. It was just fine until we got below 10,000. Then it got a little high, so... Let's slow this thing down. We need to slow it down anyway because we need to be below 200 for flaps, 140 for flaps, touchdown at 99. We're down to 76. Whoa, why did that happen? That was weird. Anyway, kind of nervous. I'm always a little nervous when I don't practice my flights. We're going to keep at this. Let's start slowing down. We're 6 minutes out. Let's get down below 200. Maybe get down like 180 or something so we can get ready for flaps. Otherwise, that'll be our next step. Alright, apparently we're making a turn. A slight turn anyway. I guess, I don't remember seeing that. Why do we just make a slight turn? Oh well. Very interesting. Should be straight in. Okay, now it's correcting itself. I don't know, autopilot does that. Anyway, it looks very, very awesome out here. I'm enjoying the sightseeing, even though I really shouldn't be sightseeing, but I am. Let's move a little closer and lean your head in the window there. Very cool. So I changed a few things off camera. I slowed us down to about 200, and then it crept back up. And then I changed our rate of descent to 500, because we were 8 minutes out. 500 feet per minute would put us at 4,000 feet. So we're getting closer. We're a little high, I think. At a SOTAL, what do we want to be at? SOTAL, we want to come in at 6,200. So yeah, we're a little bit high. No, we're 4 minutes out. So never mind. Maybe we're not high. That's about 1,000 feet from now. 4 minutes out. Yeah, okay. No, we're not too high. We might actually be too steep still. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe we'll make some adjustments. Otherwise, I'm keeping us around 200 still just because I don't want to take tons of time. I think I see the runway, though, off the nose. No, I don't. I was looking at the reflection of that cliff. And there's some farms. I don't know. Out there somewhere is a runway. Doesn't matter. We're IFR anyway until the last minute. Well, I sure feel like we're going to come crashing to the ground, don't we? So we're at 7,200. Just over 200 knots. We have 3 minutes to get down to 6,200. 500 feet per minute is a 1,500 foot drop, so we're coming down too steep. So let's bring this up to like 300 feet per minute or so. And a little bit more throttle will keep us just above 200. Then we'll do flaps and gear in a moment. Probably do flaps and gear when we get to SOTAL. SOTAL, what else is next then? After SOTAL is Delum. We want to be at 5,300, which is another 1,900 feet, and then 1,000 feet. So we have a plan in place. That's going to work, I think. And we'll just make adjustments as we go. Otherwise, that's it. Let's stay above 200, though, for right now until we get to SOTAL. So I'm just making some fine-tune adjustments. We want to come down 300 feet within the next minute. So that then would be 300 feet per minute. So let's move that number to 300 feet per minute as a descent rate. And let's stay just below 200 now. We'll get the gear down in a minute. And then for the next waypoint, we want to come down 900 feet per minute. I think it's a minute away, so we'll bump that to 900 feet per minute descent. All right, but that's what we're going to do. 43 seconds, we'll get gear down, coming in nice and slow and cautiously. If you don't know the area, we'll be able to maneuver and make some changes here if we have to. Otherwise, let's look outside. It looks fantastic. All right, we're at the waypoint. Get gear down and get some flaps out and a bunch of throttle. Let's get our speed down a little bit though, because we want to do our next set of flaps at 140. Now we need to come down to, what do we need to come down to? 5,300. That's 900 feet per minute. We have a minute and a half to do it. So let's move this number down. Whoops, wrong way. To 900 feet per minute. There we go. Keeping our throttles back. So it looks like we might be landing on the other side of that cliff. I think so. I think I see the runway. Or is that another airport? I know there are 2 airports around. Nope, there it is. Right on that cliff. White and red on there. Okay. Hopefully this works out. Now that, we just have binoculars up, but really we want to be using RFR for now. We want to be at, whoa, coming down fast. Hang on here. 1 minute to get down, only a couple hundred feet. So let's, no, wrong way. I can't see that far. 300 feet per minute. Let's just go like this. And a little bit of throttle. We get ready for second set of flaps. So what do we have? 100 feet per minute. We have a minute. We want to get down to 60. When I say 53, so we actually want to come down 300 feet. Hop over here super quick. I think what's 300 feet? Yeah, 53. And then we're going to be at 1,000 feet after that. So that'd be like a minute later. We're going to come down 1,000 feet per minute. We don't want to land on that cliff. We want to slow down a little bit so we can get second set of flaps out. At 140. There it is. Give or take. There's 140. Keep the throttles up. We want to approach at 100. Is that what I have written down? approach at 99. So we'll do final approach in a minute. That also means no more sightseeing. So let's slow down to 99. And we want to be at 5,300 in 17 seconds. Not too shabby. Let's slow down to 99. And then, oh, there it is. So now we want to be down to 43. So we have a minute and a half to do it. So if we go 1,000 feet per minute, we don't want to do that. Actually, you know what? At this point, let's just kill autopilot. There we go. And we're going to come down, final approach at 99. Nice and steady. And we don't want to do 1,000 feet per minute because we have a minute and a half. So we want to do about 800 or 700 feet per minute or so. Except we're all white on the PAPI though, even though we are coming down more steeply than we should be based on that chart. So now we're going to report runway in sight, taking over from here. We're not doing an ILS or anything, so we'll report runway in sight and just use those PAPI. That's how we'll determine what we're doing. Coming down kind of steep, but it still says all white on there, even though, like I said, we were spot on based on that chart. Okay, now we got 2 and 2. So now we got to be careful, because whenever you land on the side of a cliff, it is so easy to run into the side of the cliff. You can't help it. So you don't look at the cliff. You look at your PAPI and your target on your runway. You ignore the terrain coming up before it. So let's try to get down to 99 knots. We're going to try to land between 76 and 99. I really want to look around, but I'm not going to, because my best approaches are when we don't sightsee. We're going to go a little bit slow yet. We want to be a little faster, so a little bit more throttle and pitch down to get to 99. Throttle so we don't descend too quickly. Pitch down for speed, so I'm pitching down because we're going too slow. But I don't want to descend anymore, so we're going to use more throttle to keep it from descending, because we're right on the PAPI and we don't want to hit that cliff. So I'm not looking at the cliff, I'm looking at the PAPI, and we're drifting to the right, because I'm looking at my speedometer. There's 100 knots, and we're going to get shaky now on the yoke. And we're all red, so we want to descend less. So let's use more throttle until we get 2 and 2, because we don't want to hit the side of the cliff. I'm repeating myself, I'm talking through this. I'm ignoring the beautiful waterfalls to the right. If you look to the right, you'll see some waterfalls, ignoring the cliff. And we're drifting to the right again, so let's straighten. No, we're not. Let's go left and then turn to straighten. There we go. PAPI looks good. We're at the right speed, but we need to start descending, so throttles are coming back. Throttles are coming back. I'm not changing my pitch with my yoke. I'm going to pitch down a little bit to keep it 99. Do you hear the terrain change? We went over that cliff, 500 to 200. That's awesome. I'm going to go sterile now. I'm going to try to land this plane. There's no weather, so there's no excuses. Okay, we're going to come in a little early. I don't want to land on the threshold. I'm not going to steer. I'm going to talk this out. Okay, we're going to bring throttles back now because we want to land as low as 76. So we're going to start our flare. And here we go. There we go. Nose wheel down gently. Brakes, a little bit of right rudder to stay toward the center line. And flaps coming in with my other hand, reaching over my microphone. Sorry if I bumped it. Let go of the brake. We're going to make this turn. I think we'll make this turn. There we go. It's kind of like reverse high speed. What? What is this? Anyway. Okay, whatever. There's a nice big restaurant over there. I think we're going to go over there. But first we're going to get off of this area. Looks like we're crossing runway over runway here. And then once we get past, come on, then we will set our brakes and everything. There we go. All right, let's get past this here and stop a moment. Set the parking brake because we don't have anybody to help us and we don't have peripheral vision. So first you're going to do is stop the climbing, stop the clock. 57 minutes. That was a fast 57 minutes. I really enjoyed that. That did not seem like 57 minutes. Flaps are in, timer stop. Taxi lights now can come on, and landing lights can come off. Override can come off. They can do whatever they want with the shades. That can come off. We'll keep the beacon on. We can probably turn off anti-ice, and window fog. And that is it for that. Let's hop outside, release parking brake. Where are we going to go? Get some throttle going because it takes a while. I guess we're not going to go to the restaurant because that's not a restaurant. That's terminals. There's a hangarway over there. There's some mountains in the background. Let's just, let's see where we're going to go. think we're just gonna go over here to these little hangars over here. Super quick and easy taxi. Let's just do that. I'll meet you there. Alrighty, we will just hop over here and get this thing parked in a second here. Alright, there we go. Alright, set the parking brake. Let's hop back inside. What can we do to shut this down? I think all we do is flip these to off. I think that's what we got to do there. Parking brake, throttles idle for 1 minute. Whoops, I didn't let the throttles go idle for 1 minute. That's okay. Anti-ice off, window fog off, air source off. Will that turn off? Yes, it will. And we can turn that off as well. Let's see. GPU connect. Let's get that GPU going. There we go. Start battery can come off. Where was that? Right here. Start battery. External lights can all come off now. And all the way off. There we go. And that one can come off as well. We'll just leave those the way they are. Left and right generators can come off. Bus ties can come off. System battery can come off. And they stay lit up because we got GPU connected. See how that works? Open the door. Kick it open from the inside. Boom. Set the chocks. You can hear the GPU out there. Alright, there you go. That is our Montana flight. A nice long one. Let's zoom out so we can see the mountains here. Very nice. Hopefully you enjoyed the flight. If you are a big subscriber, thank you for continuing support. If you found by accident, please subscribe, please like. Please check the playlist for the other previous 26 flights of our 50-state series that we have done so far. Next up is Nebraska. We're going to give another default aircraft some love in that one. And I guess nothing else to say. That will do it for us today. Catch you on the next one.